Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today we are going to do a little garden maintenance. It is mid-July here, so a few things need cutting back, deadheaded, stuff like that. I'm going to try out a new tool that I got from Amazon, and then I am hopefully going to make a flower arrangement with some of the flowers in my garden. So stay tuned to the end to see what I come up with for the flower arrangement. Okay, so I have 3 Nepeta here that I'd like to trim back, and these purple cone flowers, some of them are a little past their prime, so I might deadhead a couple of those. And over here, this yarrow, still looking pretty good, but some of the bloom heads are pretty brown. But I did notice that down here, they do have some more buds coming in, so I'm thinking if I just cut them here, they might rebloom again. Really see a lot of new buds coming on this yarrow, so I'm hoping we're going to get another flush of blooms from that. I've never done this with yarrow before, so hoping I have good luck with it. And I also noticed my autumn joy sedum is starting to bloom. It's mid-July, so that's just starting to come out of, you know, the green stage into the pink stage. And then of course I need to deadhead the geraniums. This is like an ongoing project. If you have geraniums, you know that they're constantly needing to be deadheaded, but I don't mind. I actually enjoy it. And then I'd also like to cut back this verbena. It is still blooming, but it's really hanging low over the edge there, and I think if I cut it back a little bit, get rid of some of those dead bloom heads, then I think it'll push out a nice new like flush of blooms there. Okay, now it's time for the geranium here. You can usually tell when the blooms are spent because they start falling off. It's time to take these off. I do see some yellowing leaves here, so not sure what that's all about. Might be too much water. We've had a lot of rain lately. Okay, that looks good for now. There's plenty more blooms to come. You can see all these here that are gonna bloom out. Okay, now we're gonna work on this verbena. It's kind of sunny here, so sorry for the harsh lighting, but we are shaded by those giant elephant ears a little bit. And these lavender probably could use a little trim. Little haircut on the lavender. Hopefully that'll push some more blooms for the rest of the season. And I want to show you these sweet peas. This is the Spencer Ripple Formula Mix from Johnny's Seeds. They are a mix of like a light pink. This is kind of a dark pink. And up here is light purple and a dark purple. And these have done okay. I started these from seed, like probably March, and then I even direct sowed some. They had a really hard time getting started. They're just in a ceramic container with a trellis in here, if you can see that. It's like a black trellis. And they're kind of hanging onto the trellis, but they are really starting to yellow on the bottom. And I did not realize, this is my first time growing sweet peas, I did not realize that they actually do form the seed pods. I don't believe these are edible, or at least aren't worth eating. From what I understand, this mix is very fragrant, popular in England. I do not really smell these when I walk by them, but you know, when I do come up close on a bloom and smell it, they do smell really wonderful. So anyway, I'm gonna take these out today, and the daisies are about done. So I need to get those bloom stalks off of there, or those bloom heads. But I've done a lot of the deadheading already, but I just want to kind of finish that up and be done with those. I don't think they're really going to rebloom. There's a few in here that have buds. So maybe we'll get a few more flowers, but I'm not really counting on it. Daisies are cut back now. I don't know if they're going to rebloom. Like I said, there's a few buds, but we'll see. I really like this salvia, though. The annual salvia really started out as not much, but it's really filling in well. This one in the front isn't blooming as much, and it seems to be a little bit more yellow for some reason, so I don't know what that's all about. Today I'm going to try out this new cordless hedge trimmer. This is from the Snapfresh brand. I just got it on Amazon, and it is a tool that comes with two different blades that just snap on and off. And the blades come with these covers. This is the safety cover for the big one and the small one here. And these basically just snap on and off. You push these two buttons here, and it comes on and off, which is really nice. And measurements on this, we've got small blade is 3.9 inches, large blade is 6 inches. So I'm going to give these a try today. I have a larger hedge trimmer that I use on my boxwoods, but it is a plug-in with a extension cord, and I don't always like that because that extension cord can get in the way. You know, I've actually nicked the extension cord with the trimmer before, which is not good, super dangerous. So I'm happy to have one of these cordless trimmers just for little projects around. Probably not good for like a huge bush or something like that, or a huge shrub, but these are good for little garden tasks around, so we're going to give it a try today. Here's a look at how you release the blade. There's a button on each side here, and you're going to squeeze it and the blade comes right off. And then to attach the blade, you just click it on like that. Pretty simple. That worked pretty well. The Nepido looks nice and tidy. I'm hoping it'll bloom again soon. Really happy with that tool today, so let's go ahead and try that on the grass. So here's this skinny patch of grass and a lot of weeds. It goes all the way down to the end of my driveway. It's kind of in shade right now, but you're obviously not gonna get a mower down here. And we do use the trimmer sometimes, you know, the lawn trimmer, but it's really hard to get in there. So I was thinking that this little hedge trimmer I got will come in handy for that. What I'm going to work on right now is this area here by my driveway and my fence. It is, I think those are called sea oats, and then there's some grass down there, and then there's a bunch of daylilies in there as well. But these sea oats have really gone a little crazy this year, and they're hanging over the driveway, so I'm going to cut that back. And I'll show you what it looks like when we're done. Here's a look at the after I did the cleanup. As you can see, looks a lot better. Now, that part on the left side of the fence is not my property, so I didn't want to go too far with it. I just kind of cleaned up what was hanging over my driveway, aside from these grasses, which actually look pretty tidy there. But those big tall, I think they're sea oats, those were hanging over the edge. And then looks like dug out some of the lilies that were there. Some of them are a little yellow because we're not getting much sun underneath there, so those will be fine. But those are all done blooming. So anyway, yeah, that's what it kind of looked like before, but I just went ahead and cleaned up this area. As my little bonus for doing my work today in the garden, I am going to make a flower arrangement. Look at this beautiful picture I found at Goodwill over the weekend. This is vintage ironstone, made in England. I think it's beautiful, beautiful details. So I'm excited to fill this with some flowers. Time for the flower arrangement. We've got a bunch of zinnias here. I'm gonna work with some feverfew, a little hydrangea, got some salvia here, and some of the purple sweet potato vine. So let's get started. That's it for today. I want to thank you guys for watching, and please consider subscribing to my channel for more gardening content.